Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Shall I start, ma'am?
Yes, sir. You can start now, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Good evening, my dear students. You are all are warm welcome to the wonderful session of the biological classes, biotechnology and its applications. Today we are in last session in this chapter. Okay. So what is meant by what we are going to discuss in this part, bioethics, biopattern, biopiracy, and bio-war. These are the subheading we are going to discuss in this part. First of all, what is by bioethics? What is by bioethics? See that the ethics include a set of standard by which a community regulates its behavior and decide as to which activity is legitimate. Okay. So ethics is nothing but the set of standards. You have to create your own standard. That is very, very important idea. Okay. And it behaves and decide as to which activity is legitimate. What is legitimate means? Being in accordance with a law or with established legal forms and requirements. If you want to introduce any one of the medicinal aspects, any one of the discovers, whatever it may be, they need some bioethics. Okay, so that is very, very important. See here, and which is not okay. The major bioethical concern pertaining to biotechnology are summarized below. What are the bioethical pertaining in biotechnology are summarized here? What are the bioethical is here? See one by one. So what is meant by bioethics? Okay. See then, So bioethics also related with all the fields. There are so many fields is there. Okay, there are so many fields we can think. Take an example, genetically modified organism. It is very, very important already in our report, isn't it? Simply called as a GMO, genetically modified organisms. Okay, so that is also very, very important. Genetically modified organisms, already we discussed so many plants and animals. Okay, so and so, brinjal, cauliflower, fruits, take an example, pomegranate and pumpkins and capsicum. Okay, so many things. Animals already in our rabbit, mice, mouse, and also chimpanzees, human beings also, genetically modified organisms. And then next one is biotechnology and nanotechnology. What is meant by nanotechnology? Nanotechnology is one of the biotechnological branches. It's a type of branches. Nanotechnology. So what is my nano? 10 to the power of -9. It's denoted as a nano. Such type of biomolecules also analyzed. Okay. And then access to medicine and health care device. This is also very, very important. Medicine and health care device. And also assisted procreation, primitive, newly invented or newly preparing for genetic construction. And human cloning, already you know a little bit what is human cloning. If you want to use same like you can take a cell from that and also undergo the cloning process. You will get the similar structure. Okay, like I say, Vijay or Ajay or whatever it may be, Arnold, any persons, any personalities we can choose. Biodiversity and environmental ethics. Environmental, it has its own specific ethics. Okay. Protecting the integrity of the participation in therapeutic trials. That is also very, very important. It is also related to which one, access to medicine and health care device. Both are interrelated. Organ trafficking. And end of like these are all are included in the bioethics. Okay, so go to the next one is what are the normal, okay, biotechnology pertaining bioethical, the major biotechnology. See that first one is the use of animal in biotechnology. Use of animal in biotechnology causes great suffering to them. The first one. And second one is when animals are used for the production of the pharmaceutical protein, they are virtually reduced to the status of the factory. This is the another category. Third one is introduction of the transgenic forms one species into another species violates the integrity of the species also. One, transfer of human gene into animals and vice versa, dilute the concept humanness. Okay, so these are all are comes under the ethics known as which one the major bioethical concern pertaining to the biotechnology. That is very, very important here. So use the animal in biotechnology. What are the animals already we discussed? All are mammals, whether it may be lower to higher, taken up to the level of chimpanzee. Okay, and some of the animals they were used for the pharmaceutical protein biosynthesis process also. Okay, and then the introduction of the transgenic forms one species into another species. So it is also another thing. And then transfer of human gene into the animal. Already we know about taken examples of humulin is one of the protein molecules. It is also synthesized in the human being. The gene transfer from where to where, in the human being into pig. Sometimes it may be animal to pig. Take an examples, pig to human being. That is also a humulin. Okay, because the pig insulin is also act as a human insulin. There are some physiological changes occurs. Okay, already you know about that things also. These are all are considered the things known as bioethics. Okay, my dear. So we'll see the next one is called as what is that, biotechnology is disrespectful to living beings, and it only exploit other organisms for a benefit or human beings. Disrespectful biotechnology. Okay, and then last one is biotechnology may pose unforeseen risk to the environment, including risk to biodiversity. Take an examples. Suppose any one of the microorganisms, take an examples. Which one, COVID-19 is one of the major worldwide problem created by the Chinese lab. They told the microorganism, what is that? Spread through fish market, isn't it? Exactly what happened, we do not know. It is a highly risk. Okay, suppose if it is produced, so many persons were dead already, about all the worldwide health problems, isn't it? See, these are the things. And the next one is genetic modification of organism can have unpredictable result when such organisms are introduced into the ecosystem. Take an example, some of them genetically modified animals look like a dog, but the face look like a cow. Okay, other animals also. You know very well about that mule. Mule is one of the transgenic animal. Here, how they crossed, the one of the animals, they were taken two things is there. One is called as a male donkey and the female horse. Okay, hybridization takes place. As a result, you will get the breed or offspring. That offspring is called as what is that? Mule. Okay, vice versa. Likewise, male donkey, female horse. Male horse, female donkey. Likewise, they were vast. So sometimes the ecosystem will accept that things. Some of them are, it's not accepted. Already you know about the Dali story, isn't it? Therefore, the Indian government has set up organizations such as GEAC. That is very, very important, my dear students. GEAC, Genetic Engineer Approval Committee. Okay, GEAC, Genetic Engineering Approval Committee, which make a decision regarding the validity of GM research and the safety of the introducing GM organisms for public service. That is very, very important. Who will give the permission to allow the newly invented organism or plant or animal or whatever it may be? Which was given by which one, GEAC only. Genetic Engineering Approval Committee only, they allowed the things. Suppose if it is not allowed, you will not use it. Suppose if it is used, due to that one, okay, they may produce some harmful effect, means you are the responsible persons. Okay, that is very, very important. So they create one of the committee. See that the Genetic Engineering Approval Committee will function under the Department of Environment, simply called as DOEN. Okay, because environmental is very, very important. Environmental composed of living and non-living, otherwise called as biotic and abiotic factors. A statutory body for review and approval of activities involving large-scale use of genetically engineered organisms and their products in research and development, industrial production, environmental releases, and field application. These are all are very, very important. These are all are watched by the environment, Department of Environment. Here, you know about the large scale, take an examples of egg. Okay. What is the egg? Broiler. Okay. So broiler is the one of the genetically modified organisms. and also tomato, potato, so many fruits also. They are all are, but they will cause some natural disaster, natural what is that? Pollution also. Okay, these are all are watched by Department of Environment. Okay, this is very, very important, my dear. Not only that, and also the industrial production also. Industrial productions, it is very, very important. Take an examples of so many things. Okay, they exhaust so many water pollution and air pollution or whatever it may be. They are all also considered under getting controlled by the Department of Environment. Okay, even taken examples of two-wheelers, they exhaust more amount of smoke. Okay, so that is also controlled by the one of the department. That's why they were used. Which one you know? Some special equipments. Release and field applications. These are all very, very important, my dear students. Next, we will pass on to the next one is biopatent. What is by patent? It is nothing but the right granted by a government. That is very, very important. Biopatent. Suppose if you are discovered or invented any one of the plant or animals or whatever it may be, you have to get biopatent. It's a right for what is that? Commercial purpose. Because your invention not used by the others, isn't it? So sometimes they were what is that? Stolen your concept. So that's why once you got it, no, you have to get the patent. After that, nobody use it. So biopatent. See, a biopatent is a right granted by a government to an inventor to prevent other form commercially using his invention. That is very, very important. Suppose you are introducing or you are discovering a new car or bike or any other organism, any other animal, any other medicine. Take an examples. COVID medicine already discussed, isn't it? Suppose if you you are said genetic engineer students, you know, you discovered the vaccine for against the COVID, means you have to get the biopatent. Okay, so that is very, very important. At present, patent are being granted for biological entities and for a product derived from them. These patents are called as biopatent. Already so many plants, animals, okay, so many product, cereals and pulses, they got the biopatent. Biopatent are awarded for the followings. It has a specific rules and regulation. Then only they will give the biopatent from the government. See there, what are they? See here, one by one. So these are the what is that? Sources. See here, the amaranthus, the garlic. This is also another flow. This one is a lemon, and so on. So is there. See this plant, biopiracy. Another one is also biopatent, biopiracy. There are so many animals also, plants also. We produce inside the laboratory, and also you have to get the biopatent. Then only they will not, others they will not use it. That is very, very important. Okay. Next one is biopiracy. What is the meaning of biopiracy? See here, a particular authorization. Okay. Many organizations and multinational companies exploit and patent biology research or bioresources of other nations without proper authorization from the countries concerned. This is known as biopiracy. Without authorization, suppose take an example, say any one of the rice in our area, IR8. Okay, in Tamil, IR8. Okay, take an example, turmeric, ginger, and also Asafoetida indica. Okay, neem tree. So they are all are having the, they are all are growing in our country only. Mangifera indica, mango. Isn't it? Without proper authorizations, we will not sell it. That is very, very important. See here, the biological researcher or bioresearcher include all these organisms that can be used to derive commercial benefits only, because our areas, you already know about Erode, one of the districts in Tamil Nadu, isn't it? It is famous for the turmeric. Okay, Salem, Dharmaburi, and also even Erode. There is a big commercial, what is that? Market is there. But the pattern was got by which one, other country people. Take an examples of USA. Ginger also, neem also, so and so is that. Okay, see that things. They are all getting the patent or biopiracy authorizations. Okay, suppose, see that one. Traditional knowledge of the bioresearch is knowledge developed by various communities over long period of history regarding a utilization of the bioresources. Example, use of herbs, etc. as drugs. Use of herbism means, take an examples. Neem, tulsi. Okay, so many plants is there. So many plants we were used as herbs for the medicinal purpose and so on. So bioresources. See that the one of the example has given here. One example has given in this part. One a West African plant name is called as Beta-diplantera brazina. Don't forget, my dear students. This is very, very important. One of the plant name, Western African plant. Beta-diplantera brazina. Produce a protein called brazin. Don't forget, my dear, brazin. One of the plant, it produces the protein is called as brazin. Sometimes they were asked the questions, which is approximately 2000 times as sweet as sugar. Don't forget, my dear. How many times? 2000 times. Take an example. Small piece of leaf. It produces a particular protein. That protein name is called as brazin. That protein containing how much amount of 2000 times as sweet as sugar molecules. Think about that. So it is also used for the commercial purpose instead of the sugar cane. Already there are so many sugar molecules there. Beta sugar is there. Sugar cane is there. Sugar cane is also having different varieties. Okay. Here the one of the brazin is also one of the protein molecule isolated from the Beta-diplantera brazina. Okay. So this is a very, very important. What they did. See here, one by one. This plant, the local people have known and used the super sweet berries of this plant for centuries. Okay. But in that particular area, which particular area? Western African, isn't it? Local peoples, already in our but the protein brazin was patterned in the USA. See that one? So one person, one country people, they were used centuries of years, the local sweet plant or plant parts. Here the pattern was taken by USA. Subsequently, the gene encoding brazin was also isolated, sequenced, and patterned in the USA. That is very, very important. That things was done by which one, cloning method as tissue culture method. The particular protein encoded gene was isolated from the plant, and also what is that? The American peoples, US peoples, scientists, they construct their own structural gene. That's why they got the USA pattern, and that is very, very important. These are the malt products also done by some of the countries they are doing. Okay, see them. There are an estimated 2 lakhs varieties of rice in India alone. How many lakhs? 2 lakhs varieties of rice in India alone. The diversity, another important examples I have given by that one is in other country. Okay, pattern was taken by USA, but here India is also suffered a lot due to this pattern, biopiracy, and so and so. There are an estimated 2 lakhs variety of rice in India alone. The diversity of rice in India is one of the richest in the world. Already you know, but there are so many rices that particularly the basmati rice is distinct for its unique aroma and flavor. And 27 documented varieties of basmati are grown in India. How many? Documented. See, how many flavors? It is a basmati rice, you know, but we will prepare a biryani and so on. So in any other festival, we have used this rice. Okay, this rice. Particularly, how many flavors there? Okay, unique aroma and flavor. That's why they were chosen the basmati rice. And 27 documented varieties of basmati are grown in India. In 1997, an American company got patent right on basmati rice through the US patent, the trademark office. See that? So what is that? What is that? What they did in culprit manner. Okay. So this is very, very important. Of other example. See that Indian basmati was crossed with the semi-dwarf variety and claimed as an invention. Semi-dwarf. This allowed the company to sell a new variety of basmati in the USA and abroad. So this is the normally basmati rice. It has a specific growth, isn't it? But semi-dwarf means half only. This allowed the company to sell a new variety of basmati in the USA and abroad. See the slide, you can easily identify. This is a basmati rice. You are seeing the basmati rice, isn't it? So it has a specific flavor and aroma. How many documentation? 27 documentation is variety of basmati are grown in India. The pattern was taken by USA, which year? 1997. Okay, see that one. Next one. See the varieties of basmati. See, this is the rice. So, the basmati 370, 1933. Tarori basmati, 1996. Pusa basmati 1, 1989. And Pusa basmati 1121, 2003. So this is the last one. See the size? Basmati rice, Pusa basmati. So these are the types of varieties. See the length of the rice. See the 2 centimeter. See that 2 centimeter. The rice there, the length will be 2 centimeter. Others compared to the other one, it's a small size. For the next one, the several attempts have also been made to the pattern uses, products, and the process based on the Indian traditional herbal medicines. Indian traditional, don't forget, my dear student, this is also very, very important. Already told you. Example, turmeric and neem and ginger. Okay. The several attempts have also been made to the pattern uses, product, and the process based on the Indian traditional herbal medicines. Why no? The turmeric, neem, ginger, all are we were used in the ancient age only, no, Ayurveda, Siddha, and so on. So Indian traditional herbal medicines, isn't it? The Indian Parliament has recently cleared the second amendment of the Indian Patent Bill that takes such issues into considerations, including patent terms, emergency provisions, and research and development initiatives. Okay. So this is also one of the problems created by the so many countries. Take an example, ginger is also used in our country. Some countries also fight for that one, pattern, getting pattern. Okay. Neem also, turmeric also. Okay. See that's one. The concept booster, you must note it down. The controversy of Indian regarding pattern and biopiracy. What are the controversies? Turmeric, neem, basmati rice. These are the 3 things you have to note it down. This is very, very important. So many times they were asked the question in NEET biology. Turmeric. In May 1995, the US Patent Office granted a patent for use of turmeric in wound healing to the University of Mississippi Medical Center. Okay. The patent was promptly challenged by the Dr. R.A. Masalkar, an Indian scientist who has done much to awaken India to intellectual property rights issues. After 4 months of submission, it was established that the use of turmeric as a healing agent was well known in India for centuries. The patent was revoked. So this is very, very important, my dear student. Sometimes they may ask the question, the turmeric patent was revoked by the so-and-so, Dr. R.A. Masalkar, in year 1995. Second important one, neem. A patent was granted to the firm of W.R. Grace and Co. by the European Patent Office, Munich, for fungicidal use of neem oil. Vandana Shiva, who had reached neem in India, flagged ancient Indian text to point out that there was no novelty factor in neem's magical property that grease and go had unveiled. Indian had known them for long. Legal action by the Indian government followed, with the patent eventually being overturned in 2005. It is also a recently problem. Okay. And basmati rice, another one is the very, very important. Already we discussed in the basmati rice. In September 1997, a Texas company called Rice Tech won the patent on basmati rice lines and grains. See that one. So these are the controversies in India regarding patent and biopiracy. That is very, very important. Okay. And then next we will pass on to the next one is called as bio war. What is by bio war? Bio means microorganism. War means, about fight. See that bio war or biological war is the use of biological, otherwise called as pathogenic or pathological disease producing microorganism used as a weapons against the human and other their crabs animals. Already you know a little about. Okay. You know a little about the grasshopper. In one of the film also already you know alone. Copon is a film. Okay. The last just imagine. There are so many grasshopper. Okay. Also carried out by the train. Okay. It was completely disastered by the bomb blast, isn't it? Due to some activity, the hero activities. Okay. Already you know about that. Just go and see it. That it is also recently you know about. There are so many grasshoppers also destroy the crabs. A biological weapons or bioweapon is a device that carries the and deliver it to the target organism or pathological biological agent or toxin derived from it. That is very, very important. Last 2 years, we were faced COVID-19. Is one of the microorganisms. And take an examples of Seventh Sense, Ela Marivu. It's a film. Already know about Dongli. Take an examples. One of the injection was injected to the dog. It will be spread throughout the country, isn't it? It's also one of the bio. Okay, that film also it clearly showed what they will do, what they are going to do, all those things. Who is involved in this process? So many scientists they are doing. Okay, these are all due to money. Okay, huge amount of money. Already you know about this. Okay, see that the biological agent toxin called bioweapon agent, it is kept in the suitable container so that it is remain active and virulent during delivery. That is very, very important, my dear students. For example, any one of the animals, okay, you will not get any food for the 3 to 4 days. After that, just to open the door, what will happen? Within short period, the entire surrounding will be destroyed. Likewise, so many animals, they were used as a bioweapons. See that? This container could be delivered in the various ways, including missile and aircraft. It is a advanced level missiles. They were used as a missiles. Okay, they are loaded into the microorganism, into the virulent microorganism, into the missiles, and loaded and also launched, and also aircraft also. Okay, these are all are used as a biological weapons. So many microorganisms is there. See that biological weapons. The coronavirus is also one of the biological weapon. It's also spread throughout the body. When you're touching the affected persons, when you're sneezing the affected person, what will happen? The droplets is also spread throughout the atmosphere. So personal hygienic as well as the immune powers also have to increase. Then only you will be survive. Otherwise, it will lead to death. Okay, that is very, very important, my dear students. That is very, very important, my dear. Next one is same the virus, how it will be spread in the respiratory tract. Okay, it loses their immunity. That is also a very, very important, my dear. And this is also another type of pathogens. Okay, virus, retrovirus, rhinovirus. What they will do already in our but when it affected the person to person, what will happen? It will be enter into the human body or animal body, living organism. What will happen? Automatically, the genetic molecule incorporated into the host DNA, it will produce the transcription process, translation process, reverse transcription process, all those things. It will occurs inside the host cell. As a result, what happened now? The foreign pathogenic molecules all produced inside the host cell. Finally, what happened? Number of molecules, number of pathogens produced inside the host. After that, it produced the symptoms, corresponding symptom. What are the symptoms already? COVID, what are the symptoms we were faced? Tasteless, but okay, we cannot smell any footsteps, whatever it may be. Okay, cold, breathing problem, fever, headache, vomiting. Finally, suppose in severe cases, it lead to death. That things is very, very important, my dear students. That and all are bio. See that how many things here they have given us here. 3 things is there. Anthrax. Okay, anthrax is one of the pathogens. Okay, caused by the Bacillus anthracis. Bacillus anthracis. Okay, another one is already but plague caused by the Yersinia pestis. Don't forget, my dear student. This is also very, very important in the year 1980, 80 to 85, I think. Okay, that times what happened in MP, Madhya Pradesh or UP. Okay, what happened? The Yersinia pestis plague also spread out through the rat urine or feces. It contains numerous Yersinia pestis microorganisms. As a result, it will lead to so many diseases. Okay, immunity powers and so on. So is there. Another one is called as botulinum. The botulinum in our body, it's one of the toxin produced by the Clostridium botulinum. So one of the bacteria, Clostridium botulinum, is a potent toxic agent that can be present in the spoiled food. Suppose the Clostridium botulinum is present in the atmosphere or somewhere else, it may be spread through the water molecules, completely destroy the food materials. That means the food spoilage. As a result, what happens? Those who are consuming that food materials and water, what will happen? It will lead to, what is that? Vomiting. Okay, diarrhea, headache. Okay, in severe cases, already bioweapons are low-cost weapons that cause far more casualties than chemicals. are convenience weapons, and bioweapon agents are invisible and extremely difficult to detect. That is very, very important, my dear student. Take an examples already in our book, COVID-19, PF17. What all are same, isn't it? It's one of the retroviruses. When you are sneezing, the droplets are comes out, isn't it? We cannot able to visible. We cannot able to see that microorganism. But when you are crossing that side, what happens? Automatically, it will be penetrated in your nose. As a result, it will affect the healthy person. Okay. So these are all are very, very, we cannot able to detect in visible manner. Okay. Only examined under the microscope only. How it will be possible, culture the medium. Okay. Only the viruses are culture in the blood culture medium only. They will not grow in the any other pot. After the culture, we can examine under the microscope with a safety measure. Without safety measure, you will affect, isn't it? Just like AIDS, HIV, and also cancers. Okay, COVID, dengue. So many things is there. So many things. Okay, even taken examples of TP. These are all are what is a cosmetic organisms. They can use as bioweapons. See this one. See, this is the protein virus molecules. Already you know it is nothing but the retroviruses. Rhinovirus is also there. Retrovirus is there. Retrovirus. What is the meaning of retrovirus? It has a protein. What is that? Hooks in the outside. Inner layer is also there. And inside there is a protein molecule cover. See that matrix is the capsid is nothing but the protein molecule. Inside the protein molecule, there is a DNA molecule. There are 3 to 4 envelope protein molecules covered the nucleic acid. That type of structure is called as what is retroviruses. Okay. See this one. Same process also. Another type of viruses. See the structures. Different types of microorganisms. Different types of microorganisms. This is the Bacillus spirus. This is also Bacillus coccus. Okay. So this is also a retrovirus. So this is also retroviruses. Different types of viruses have been identified. Different structures have been reported here. See the different, same one is also another one. See the different varieties of the viruses also present. Oval shape, spiral shape, comma shape, Vibrio cholera. So one of the comma shape bacteria, isn't it? And also coccus, monococcus, diplococcus, triplococcus, likewise. Okay. Retrovirus, there is outermost covering, hooks like structure. See that this one is also one type, this one is another type, this one is also another type. These are the different types of microorganisms also some type. They were produced this is only. See the another type. Okay. So these features make a bioweapon agents very convenient for use by terrorists. And even government and both have used them on a limited scale. Sometimes they were used. The possible defense against bioweapons include the use of respirator or gas mask, vaccination, administration of the appropriate antibiotics, and decontamination. That is very, very important. That's why we are wearing the mask, due to the COVID. Why we are washing our hands? Due to virus. When you are using that one, what will happen? Automatically, suppose unexpectedly it will enter in your body. How? Through the way of food or water molecule. Okay. And in addition, sensitive detection systems should be developed to control and minimize damage. Detection system. How will you detect the microorganism? Already but there are so many fluorescent light and so and so. They were discussed, but they will not used for the identification of the microorganisms, isn't it? So we have to improve our technology. That is also very, very important. Controversies surrounding the GM food. What is the meaning of another GM food? Means genetically modified food. What are the controversies is there? See that genetically modified food may impact human health as they may act as a potential allergy. All the people, they will not accept the GMO food. Some of the people, what happened? They will get allergy. Okay. So those who are suffering by the allergens, what happened, what we have to do? You will not take that one. Genetically modified food may act as an environmental pollutant. Some of the genetically modified food, okay, what happened, it can be easily, spoiled, destroyed. Okay, suppose if it is not sales it, no, so automatically it will be pour into the dustbin, isn't it? So as a result, what happened? It will create some new environmental pollution. And third one, scientists and researchers play with the nature by mixing gene among the species. Future impact of this technique is still unknown. Yes, what is the reason behind it? Suppose if we are introducing any one of the animals or plants, what will be the future? They will not know. Okay, and also sometimes what happen, it will destroy the nature also. They do not know. That's why the scientists as well as the researchers have the responsibility. Okay, save the environment. That is also very, very important, my dear. Okay, and next one is this shift power from agriculture to biotechnology. This increases the depends on the industrialized nation by developing countries. Developing countries, due to the population also, they need more food, so they are going to they are motivated the researchers. As a result, what happened? They will produce the new varieties or new animals or plants or whatever it is. Suppose it is used or not, they will not know. Okay, they will not know. They need only that self-satisfaction. That is very, very important. Enzyme produced by the antibiotic resistant gene could cause allergies. Sometimes it happens. Enzyme produced by a antibiotic resistant genes could cause allergies. This is also another effects. So that's all about the lesson, my dears. Okay, so we will pass on to the next one. Is what is that? Evolution part. Okay, before that I summarize all those things. Okay, what is this? What is by biotechnological applications? So part bioethics. What is my bioethics? Ethics include the set of standard by which a community regulates its behavior and also decide as a which activities legitimate. That is very, very important. What are the department? What about bioethics also related to so many things. Genetically modified organism, biotechnology and nanotechnology, organ transferring and protection and the integrity of the participants, therapeutic triads, environmental ethics, biodiversity, human cloning, assistance of procrastination, and access of medicine and health core device, all those things. Okay, and then biotechnology is also one of the disrespectful to living beings, and it's only exploit other organisms for the benefits of human beings. Another one, biodiversity risk also is the unpredictable or introduced into the ecosystem. Okay, this was controlled by which one? See that one, genetic engineering approval committee. The genetic approval committee is also function under the Department of Environment. So large scale, when we are producing large scales of use of genetically engineered organism and their product in research, development, industrial production, environment, release and field of applications. Okay, so this is a very, very important, my dear. Biopattern. What is meant by biopattern? Already in our the pattern is that right granted by a government to the inventor to prevent other forms commercially using his invention. It is also very, very important. Okay, what is by biopiracy? Without proper authorization from the countries concerned, this is known as biopiracy. Okay, example has given. So one of the very, very important plant that was identified from the Western African plant, that is called as a Patent Plantra brasina. One of the protein molecule brasin, how much amount of sweet acids as well as which sugar molecules, 2000 times as sweet as sugars. Okay, the pattern was taken by which one, that USA brasin proteins. And not only that, and also that Indian basmati rice, how many rice we were known, 2 lakhs of varieties. Okay, basmati rice it has 27 documented varieties of basmati are grown in India. Documented. Don't forget how many documented. 1997, the American company got the patent right on basmati rice through the US patent, the trademark office. An Indian basmati was crossed with the semi-dwarf variety and claimed as in invention. This allowed the company to sell a new variety of the basmati in the USA and abroad. This is the basmati rice, already we saw it. How many basmati rice have been identified? That things also. Not only that, and also some other herbal plant. Okay. The Indian traditional herbal medicines. What are the herbal medicines? Turmeric and neem and ginger also under this control, under this patent. Okay. So, about what, where, when, all those things already we saw it in these lessons. And biowar, what is the meaning of biowar? Biowar is nothing but the biological war, is the use of the biological, pathological microbes used as weapons against a human being and their crops or animals. Okay, this is also very, very important. So they can be launched through the missiles or aircraft. Okay, that is also another thing. So what are the examples? Already saw it. And here they have chosen 3 examples has given. One is called as anthrax, plague, and botulinum. Anthrax caused by the Bacillus anthracis, plague, Yersinia pestis, botulinum, Clostridium botulinum. Okay, these are all very, very important, my dear students. And different structures also already know about. Mostly they were used as a terrorist and their government. Okay, right. And then the possible defense against bioweapons already know about the use of respiratory or gas mask, vaccination, administration of the appropriate antibiotics, and decontaminations also prevented. And also use, then only you will get the life. Otherwise, it will lead to death only. Controversies surrounding GM food. There are so many controversies there. Here, there are 3 or 4 being listed. Genetically modified food may be impact human health as they may act as a potential allergy. Genetically modified food may act as an environmental pollutant. Scientists and researchers play with their nature by mixing genes among the species. Future impact of these techniques is still unknown. The shifting power from agriculture to biotechnology is increasing the depend on the industrialized nation by developing countries. Enzyme produced by the antibiotic resistant gene could cause allergies. And that's all about. We'll see the 5 questions for the evolution part. Which gene was introduced in the first transgenic cow? About transgenic cow means they produce, which one Antitrypsin, no. Antitrypsin, no. Here, cry2AC, no. Human albumin, because cow produces the protein molecules, milk. So the human lactoalbumin, milk only. So this is the correct one. So this is the correct one. Okay. So go to the next one. The biopiracy. The biopiracy is the use of biological pattern, theft of plant and animal, the use of bio research of country without proper authorization, don't forget, stealing of biological research. Which one is the correct one? Biopiracy. Which one? The second one is the correct one, isn't it? Proper authorization. That is very, very important. Third one is C peptide of human insulin is a part of mature insulin molecules. No. Responsible for the formation of C peptide means disulfide bridge. Possibility is that remove during maturation to pro-insulin to insulin. This is the correct way. Responsible for the biological activities. See that one? The answer is, see that one? Third one is, third only, isn't it? See that one? See here? Third one. So here also, responsible pro-insulin to insulin. C peptide only present the pro-insulin only. So during maturation, what happened? The pro-insulin converted to insulin. What happened? The C peptide completely removed. So that is the correct one. Okay. And then 4th one is biopattern means right to use an invention, right to use as a biological resources, right to use of application, right to use of process. Which one is correct here, my dear? Okay. See that one? Which one? So first one is the correct one, isn't it? See that 4th one is the right to use of invention. An invention, biopattern is nothing but the Right to use of invention only correct. So biological researcher we cannot use. Right to use of application no need. Right to use process no need. Right to use an invention. Who discovered that one? That one we can use it. Okay. Then human gene therapy requires gene location, introduction of DNA into target cells, inclusion of the promoter sequence. All of these, don't forget, my dear students, which one is the correct one? See, the all of this is the correct one, isn't it? Fifth one, all of this the correct. So this is very, very important, my dear students. Because gene location, human gene therapy means you have to identify the gene location of the any one of the plant or animal. Then isolated introduction of DNA into target cell. After that removal, you have to introduce the new one, means target cell. Inclusion of the promoter sequence. These three are included, isn't it? Human gene therapy requires. So all of the above is the correct one. And the last one, hybridoma are employed for the production of antibodies, treatment of cancer, synthesis of monoclonal antibody, and then alcohol fermentation. Which one is the correct answer? Hybridoma is nothing but the technology used for the production of antibody, monoclonal antibody. So the first one is the correct one. Production of the monoclonal antibody with the help of the mouse. Okay, that is very, very important, my dear students. So that's all about this session, and this lesson also we completed, my dear students. Keep on practice. Okay, so then only we'll get the good result. Okay, you have to prepare. Okay, so that's all about, my dear students. Today we will finish it up to this level only. We will see the remaining things on the next classes. Okay, my dear. Thank you so much. We'll see the next class in new lesson. Bye. Take care. Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.